Factorio! Fuck yeah! Ah. Factorio! Fuck yeah! Completely forgot what I was doing. And I mean literally everything about what I was doing. My word. Ooh, these are starting to get low. Oh, no. They're there. Do I actually not have those? Yeah, I do. I just don't have the bots. Rough. That's kind of funny. $3.4K legendary greens. That's a lot of them. It's a large number. It might even be the largest one. Am I doing that recycle requester thing on Novice right now? Dear Lord, I am. That's not good when I'm also doing this. Because basically those are going to get recycled and then thrown away again in this. So I don't need any of those, do I? Okay, I might need those. Yeah, let's get our head back in the game. I don't need, for the moment, these guys. Because I have 3 and I only need 2, so bazinga. I think I need a lot of you. Kind of. Not a bad idea. Don't need any more of you. Don't need any more of you. So you can just turn off Ozanga. Right. I need you. I need plenty of you. But I kind of had plenty of you. That's cool. I feel like there should be a better way to turn plates into gears. But there just isn't. I can cast it, obviously, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it's always just gonna come right back down to iron plates, isn't it? Same with sticks, it feels like there should be a better place for that, but there isn't. Hey, we're biting the old eggs. Do I want to capture another biter nest? Kind of, but I don't want to, like, go make an outpost for it. Which I suppose means it's about time to make biter nests, but that's horrifying. Can I do that? Do I have the technology? I do! Fun. What's wrong with these? Spoilage. Spoilage. Cool. Kind of. I don't have those, do I? Roof. How do I make these? Well, I can make them very easily. It would actually be with this, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh my god. Why? That was so fast. Where did this come from? What is happening here? Jesus Christ, what? Insane. Whatever. Well, that problem solved. Freaking powered idiot. Oh, hey, we did the thing. Okay. You know what? I'm not complaining. You're complaining. Why are we out of glebasats? Because we're out of glebasats. Oh, no. Okay. I think maybe it's time to full gargle some nuts. Do I want the big poles on the substations as well? Probably. Probably. Yeah, maybe I just make legendary beacons here. It's not a terrible idea. 74. That's a funny number. I think I can get rid of this. Yeah, there's no way I ever need this again. And on the other hand, there is a way. I desperately need that. Bazing, bazong, suck on the chong. That's actually not. Let's do it Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Wait, I didn't update the thing. Ah. New contents. Parameterize. So the hard part of this is basically always going to be hooking up sulfur reasonably fast. Okay. So I have the capture bot thingamadooby. Thingamabooby. So note to self, I basically always have to be doing the Gleba science. Oh wait, no, I just fixed that problem. It's not a problem anymore. Never mind. But I should still be doing it, as long as it's like stockpiled a bit. We're still just chewing through an ungodly amount of plastic here. It's funny. Have we called a globulance yet? Not quite. I need a lot of legendary carbon fiber right now. And a lot is unfortunately a lot more than what I have. Has Novice made any legendary landfill yet? I feel like it should have. Or was I even doing that? Here, right? One. Awkward. Seriously? I mean, seriously? Hmm. I'm realizing something. I can do things. Did we run out of plastic? Or Fedora? Whatever the fuck. We did there. Let's actually finish that up first, and or that. You know, that's all very important. You know what? You know what I feel like doing is the math on how many blue circuits upgraded per second. I think is what I care about. Which, on the assumption that these are all working flawlessly, which they're not because it goes there sometimes, but rarely. So these are all working flawlessly, which means these get the perfect output of whatever. These get the perfect input funneled back to them, is what I'm trying to say. So they process 1 per second each. God, the fact that it's like plus 1/10 every time really complicates that. Let's go. The problem is my browser is currently hosting chat. Can I just new? Apparently. Let's go here. What? Why is this even open? I don't understand that at all. And let's do that. Cool. So what do I want? I want a spreadsheet. Fine. Okay. Whatever. You get my chat. Sign in. That one. Cool. So. The relevant thing is for recyclers, and at the moment the relevant thing is for legendary tier 2, but I should also do the math out for legendary tier 3. So Legendary tier 2 is 0.2, 0.02, 0.002, and 0.0002. I also need Factorio Again. Yep. So that's 5%. That's what I thought. It's 6.2%. Got it. So it's 6.2 times 4 is 24.8. 0.248 equals that times 0.1. Okay, cool. So with these upgrade rates, um, hmm. God, these flows are insane. So I think the first thing I need to do is figure out how much is lost per scrapper. Well, so it's 75% loss, but then that's going to be modified by the insane amount of productivity I have, which is visible here. So that's productivity plus 205%. Yeah. So prod 2.05. Scrap loss. Recycler loss. Is going to be 0.25 times that. Oh wait, not that. It's that plus 1. Yes. No, it's 1 minus this. Okay, so we're losing about 24-ish% of the materials we put in per cycle. So output common input. Dear Lord. Output common in tier 2 and tier 3. is going to be equals... Actually, no, I want to keep this as that. So this times... Ah, equals 1 minus sum of those. Yes. Okay. So these outputs are going to be equals that times that. I believe one of these is supposed to be dollar signed or something, right? Oh wait, yeah, I decided I wanted to keep that like that. So when I put a comment in, I get this stuff out. When I put an uncommon or a rare or an epic in, I'm going to do those calculations. This guy needs to be... that, right? Oh wait, no, it's... bleh. Yeah, that guy needs to go up one. I'm realizing that it really is just... Ooh, wait. Yeah, that's not quite right. Because the probability of staying the same is actually going to go up, so I'm going to underestimate if I keep going like this. So this was actually not amazing. So what I actually need to do is that guy... What? What? Oh, I got it. It's not highlighting the cell, it's highlighting the row that I'm on. Got it. That's fine. That guy needs to not be what it is. This guy. Actually, those are all already correct. This guy needs to say equals that one minus sum of these. How did those become not zero? Cool. So this thing needs to be... Actually, no. I start with these. This guy needs to be that loss times this, right? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, that feels right to me. And then that's going to be that one. And that's just going to be that one. Cool. Okay. So now I need to do the cascading, like, waterfall-ish calculation for each of these. So, like, when I put a common in... Oh, yeah, here's the most relevant possible thing. So I put in an epic. Here's, like, the thing that I was getting tripped up on last time I try to do this. Let's try and zoom in a bit for the fonts. So I put in I put in one epic module, right? Or an epic blue circuit into the scrapper. What are the odds? Well, I guess I just did this. The problem is these odds are not recursive. I need the recursive version of these odds. So, rare output equals epic input plus epic input times conversion rate plus epic output times rare legendary. Excuse me. Output. And it's this times legendary output thing that I need to basically solve for. Because currently when I put it's just the hard part to solve for. It looks like an equation where, like, I just plug in numbers on the right here, but this number is actually the same number as that one. And what that sort of kind of means-ish is I subtract both sides to get yes I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. Gingy. Yes. So the calculations I'm doing, let me show you in the world. I have this build that is currently recycling blue circuits until I get legendary blue circuits on the output, and then they come out here. And what I'm trying to do is, given the productivity of these EMPs at the moment, and the quality of my modules in these scrappers, what is the basically the conversion rate for blue circuits on the input to legendaries on the output? That's the basic calculation that we're doing here. And I think the calculation ends up being something like this. Legendary out equals this thing. That is not what I meant to do, but that's fine. This thing divided by 1 minus that thing. I think that's the equation. I'm sure that I could look up a chart for it, but I just don't want to. So yeah, I think that's the equation for legendary output when I put an epic circuit in. And I think I can kind of recursively do something similar for these rares. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Okay. So that equals they are not currently at max productivity now. I know that once I research the blue circuit tech enough, you're talking about like once you get this tech high enough, you just start getting infinite legendary blue circuits, basically, right? Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. Although maybe I could upgrade my productivity modules to get closer. I only have uncommons there, and I have access to better ones. Well, not what I meant to do. Ah. Dear Lord. Oh, that's what's going on. Yes. So that. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused with keybinds. Yes, with research and modules combined, I might be able to get at least closer. I have legendary productivity modules, so I should probably be doing something like that. I could get, what, an extra 60% productivity? That's actually really good. Wow, that's actually really good. Yeah, that's relevant. I'm gonna do that. How many legendary productivities do I even have here? Almost enough to do something like this. I'm gonna have a lot more if I do this, right? Yeah. The thing about this, actually, I should do the later ones first. Yeah, I don't quite have quality 3 production up and running yet. I have like some. I think this has produced 91 in about like 2 or 3 gameplay hours. I'll revisit it eventually, but like Fulgora is a bit of a mess, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. But yeah, the later blue circuits are definitely a lot more important than this one. Because my blue circuit production is fine. I have plenty. It really is just a question of how fast they're upgrading, so I think the uncommon plus is the most important bit. But yeah, that is a very good call. But yeah, should I... Well, now that I'm getting, like, such good productivity bonuses, let's just go to the spreadsheet and see how that changes that one bit of math, because I think that's kind of insane. I hate Google Sheets. Yeah, that seems good. It seems good. We're only losing about 91.25%. Directly upcycle which ones first? Oh, are you talking about the quality twos? I didn't like that idea, and I'll tell you exactly why. If you look at quality modules, an epic one is 4.7%, a legendary is 6.2. The legendary quality tier 2s are 5%, which is better than an epic tier 3 module. So my idea here is basically I can spam legendary quality 2s on every single planet without having to worry about my Fulgora stuff. You're recycling quality 3s? I'm assuming not the legendary ones, right? I'm assuming you're doing something like recycling basically the same setup that I showed there. But for quality 3s instead of blue circuits. Am I getting that right? You did something kind of like this where you have your recyclers recycling the quality 3s until you get legendary quality 3s out? Or am I misunderstanding you there? So, the reason that I don't like that idea, I think I was actually doing something similar to that for a while. Yeah, let's show you that. So, on Novice, I have a grinder doing a very similar thing to that. Again, it's mostly working with quality 2s because I decided that they were, if I get to legendary quality 2s, they're good enough, and then I can get Fulgora online for quality 3s later. The reason I decided not to do that is basically because of the insane productivity bonuses that I'm getting from the blue circuits. So this is just a lot less waste, basically, especially now that I have these really good productivity modules in there. I agree, but I think the quality 2s are also just kind of good enough. I agree I want the quality 3s, and I want them kind of fast, but I think at the moment, Fulgora is my least well thought out, well developed planet, and I don't actually think I'm planning on changing that anytime soon. I would love to, I would, but it's just not quite there yet. It's starting to be, though. I think once I get my, a few more points in this blue circuit research, and I'm doing, like, the similar things with these blue circuits here, I think that's, going to do a lot for me. Fulgora's going to end up feeling as strong as the other planets. Just not quite yet. You have a point, though. I probably should be working on Fulgora harder. I think it's my weakest link at the moment. But I've been obsessing over getting a spaceship with fully, like, legendary components. So I've been really, really, really tunnel visioning on this. Which was probably a bad idea. But I felt like it. And I got really frustrated with my interplanet logistics, so I wanted a spaceship with just good everything to zoom around. So everything I'm doing right now is kind of focused on that goal. And right now the bottleneck for that goal is actually my whatever this is called, carbon fiber, that stuff. I don't have much legendary carbon fiber, which means I can't make the legendary... I guess if you're willing to throw more resources at the problem, that is probably also faster. I'm not even convinced it's faster. So that's the other thing about the going for quality 3s instead of quality 2s, is I think... I think going for quality 2s, because... Oh, I keep doing that. What? Oh, yeah, I keep. My key bindings are just a mess, I'm sorry. Yes. So the quality 3s cost 4 different quality 2s. So basically you can run one recycler at a higher efficiency, or you can run 4 recyclers that are pretty good. Right? And that's ignoring the cost of the superconductors. Right? That's my logic here. That's why I think this is actually a bit of a faster way to go about it. Also, I get to make these builds on planets that I'm more efficient on. Right? Like, I just have infinite resources on Novice right now. I can just make a bunch of the upcycling builds for blue circuits, and then recycle them down to the reds and greens that I need to make more tier 2 modules, and that just goes in a really quick circle. And then by the time I have hundreds of these modules, I can ship them over to Fulgora and get the tier 3 pipeline up and running. That's kind of where my head is at when I'm saying that the tier 2 modules are good enough. Also, by the way, I hate Gleba. But what else is new, right? I just felt like you should know. But, yeah. So, Fulgora... I really should get Fulgora faster. The other thing is, I think I would almost rather have my Fulgora production, if I'm going to do anything on Fulgora. That might very well be true. My base really, really, really is a mess on Fulgora. But I think if I was going to focus more on Fulgora, it would be for the purple-ish science. What is this called? Electromagnetic. That science. What is that color? Magenta? I really hate that. Sorry, the EM science is what I would focus on more if I was going to build up Fulgora, just because I think that getting this productivity higher is a more immediate goal for me. It's a goal that I care about a bit more right now. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. It's pink? Oh no. My life is a lie. Where is it? Is there not another pink science? I know there's purple. There is production. I mean, I guess that's a hot pink. That's a very hot pink, though. This has been my biggest complaint about Space Age, honestly, is the weird, confusing colors. We have like 3 different blues now and 2 different greens. How am I supposed to talk about science? Electromagnetic? I'm supposed to say electromagnetic every time? Agricultural? Nothing's ever been agricultural in my life. If I wanted to farm, I would start a farm. I wouldn't be playing Factorio Again. That reminds me, I should get my plastic research back online so that this doesn't spoil. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Where was I? I think I was going insane. Sounds about right. So yeah, this kind of thing. This is the big reason why I care about getting my blue circuit production online, is I can just recycle them back down to reds and greens as needed. 2 blues and 2 greens? So, I was counting Promethium as a blue. If it's not blue, and I agree with you, it's a stretch to call it blue, then there are just 2 blacks, and that's a different problem, right? Like, it doesn't actually help that that's not blue, if it's not blue. But I would say it's a bluish black, right? Anyway. Okay, so, where was I? I don't even really know what I want to do today. I kind of just logged on because I was done studying. What do I want to do today? Well, I think I did a lot with, gray. That's gray? I mean... It's only gray because it's like, it's got a reflective sheen on the bottle. You can tell that whatever is inside is obviously black. I think this was a good little productivity boost, though. I hope. And when we get that, it'll go even higher. Nice. It's obviously gunmetal black, okay? 1 second. You can't tell me that's not the color. You can't tell me that's not the color of military science. Come on. Come on, man. That's totally military science. That is military science, I promise. Okay, they do also call this gunmetal gray, apparently. But still. Mm. No, you're probably right. I don't think I can differentiate them either. What is missing? What? 1 second. Novice is missing something. Whoa. Okay. I really, really am struggling with my new keybinds. I'm sorry. No, you are probably right. I go insane like this really quite often. What on Novice could possibly be missing? I have 43 of these. What is missing this? Oh, nothing anymore. That's funny. Okay. I should be using these instead of those when I can, though. It's much higher productivity. This is plus 13%. That is plus 15. Okay, not much higher. Wait, is it? I'm very confused now. 15 versus... Productivity modules scale differently. I never knew that. Productivity modules scale from tier 2 to tier 3 differently than quality modules. That's weird. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, that's a 25% boost. That is a 40% boost. What are the other ones? 25%? And 66%. That's a 2/3 boost. Speed modules are insane, dude. A rare tier 3 is better than a legendary tier 2. I guess that's the same for prod as well. But only barely. Very weird. Very, very weird. Anyway. That'll clear that up in a moment, I guess. Hmm. You are probably right about that. I do have some cryo plants on plastic here that I wish I had quality 3 in. What difference would that make? That would go from like 40 to, what, 60, right? Something like that? Something like that. No, 50. Still, a lot. But most of my quality stuff right now is built around these, like, recycler loops. I'm not saying that's, like, the most efficient way to do it or anything, but it's the way that I did it. Hmm. Okay. What am I doing? How's my science right now? My science is horrible. My science is really bad. And it's mostly bad because of these. Because I don't have many. That is going to science, right? Yeah, that is my science line. Yeah, I agree. Whenever you, I mean, every increase in the quality chain is obviously going to have huge implications. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And I thought about doing a version of these, but with quality modules and the EMPs instead of the productivity modules. I could easily decide that that's a lot better. That's one of the reasons I was trying to do the spreadsheet, right? Is I wanted to see... I wanted to do all of this math for quality modules in there. Or sorry, productivity modules is what I was doing first. And then I wanted to do the same math for quality modules and see which one was better, because I am curious. But whatever. Honestly, this type of math is the kind of thing that I, like, can easily do for 10 minutes and then decide I got bored of it and then stop caring. At a certain point, I would rather just actually play the game, you know? So what is next? Part of me wants to, like, go get Gleba online, but part of me also knows that's a fool's errand. Is there a reason I'm still low on Yamaka? I'm very low on Yamaka. Oh, that's a really cool idea. I had like half of that idea before, but I didn't think of using the Bioflux for legendary bacteria. I did not put that together. I forgot you can make bacteria out of Bioflux. Where even is that? It's this, right? No. Where is my bacteria build? Where's my bacteria build? There. Yes. Bioflux. That would be good. No, that looks like a great method, honestly. There might be more efficient methods of getting legendary Bioflux, but I'm not sure if there are going to be better methods of getting legendary metal ores, which is something I've been after. Specifically the iron. Legendary iron has been really, really difficult for me. Copper is easy, steel is easy, just because of the plastic quality laundering thing that you can do with, what's it called? Let me show. With LDS in a foundry. Right? Because if I do legendary LDS, I get legendary LDS out for the cost of only legendary plastic and a bit of normal copper and iron. So all of that stuff is very easy. The hard part for me has been iron. Which maybe won't be as hard once I get legendary blue circuits up and running for real. I should switch my research to something else. I'd rather you didn't if you don't mind. Thanks for asking, though. Yes. Oh, are you talking about the thing that I saw Neil's video on where he, like, made a space station and just dropped infinite legendary ore from space? Is that what you're gonna talk about? I'll drop it if that's wrong, but... I'll move on from the conversation if that's wrong, but that would be... I have heard of that one. And I find the idea very disgusting. I really hate that playstyle. What am I doing? Yeah, I've seen that. I know about it. I will never, ever do that. Mm. Now you have me wanting to try making legendary bioflux. That's been on the to-do list. I have so many things on my to-do list, man. Hmm. Is legendary Yamako mash gonna be worth it? Can I do anything with that? Also, oh yeah, of course this is low. It's low because of Yamako. That's what I'm supposed to do next. Screw everything else. We're doing that. I really hate how the colors just don't look like they mean anything because of the overlap with the Roboport color coding. It's just so hard to interpret for no reason. I think that's a good spot. I always do this, where I leave myself no room to actually join in. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I'm so disgusted with myself right now. But maybe I did it. I think I did it. I'm the best. Okay, what's next? I do too, but I also don't mind it recycling into landfill again. That is another thing I have. I have so many random little recycling stations built everywhere. Oh, I never hooked that up. I have 2 legendary landfill. Dude, I'm rich. Am I just not making bulk landfill literally anywhere else? I think I might not be. I think I just never decided to put landfill into a chest in this world. Or if I did, I already mined out the patch that was feeding it. A viable option, what, for stone? For legendary stone? I mean, you can always do this. What's wrong with this? This is a legendary stone. Not legendary enough for you? Huh? Actually, why is that? That was stalled. Why is this stalled? That should actually help a lot. I find stone a lot more convenient to get on novice, just because, I mean, I can get stone out of this, or not that one, this one, but it's overall kind of slow. Holy shit, it's not. That's 30 stone. You know what? You might be right. You might just be right. Although I do like being able to put quality modules in the miners. I actually genuinely do like that. I think that's a good idea if and when you can afford it. But yeah, you're right. That would be a valid idea as well. And you know what? I even need the stone. That's the other thing. Is I need the stone for the concrete on Volcanus. I should probably be doing that. Okay, fine. Why am I even saving the stone? Oh, I don't have epic recyclers here right now. Or rare. That's sad. Fulgora, give me recyclers. God damn it, Fulgora. Simp for Worms. Simp for Worms has recyclers for me. I love Simp for Worms. Go. Go. Anything else? Probably want these there. Oh, I have legendary tier 3 quality. That's actually probably worth doing what you were just talking about, where I put these in the cryo plants on the plastic, right? Yeah, sure, why not? Sounds like fun. I can't upgrade every one of them, but I can do most of them. Oh, wrong planet. Anything else I want to upgrade there? Any other heavy-hitting things? Not really. What's wrong with my bots? Oh, someone just requested like 40,000 electric circuits. I wonder who. Couldn't have been this guy. Yep. So. We have quality. So yeah, it went from 40 to 50%. Not bad. Pretty good deal, I would say. Yeah, I should also be doing that. You are absolutely right. In fact, yeah, why not? Let's do that right now. I think I can just... Actually... So one of the reasons I haven't been doing that is, you know, I kind of already am. I'm novice. I'm basically doing that here, except apparently I clogged up on legendary copper. But yeah, this guy, whenever I have a surplus of legendary plastic, which currently I have 0 of, this guy starts requesting legendary plastic, and then I get the other materials out of it. I'm not upcycling at the moment. Maybe I should be. Ever since I unlocked the Foundry recipe for LDS, I've been desperately wanting to never make it in an assembler again. But I probably could. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. Yeah, sure. Let's try that. Let's make another blueprint for stuff like that. And I don't think I know what Nilas is doing with LDS. I think that the video where he was raining the resources down from the asteroids was probably the last Nilas video I actually watched. And I don't know if it's because I hated it so much, but it very well might have been. So what I'm gonna do here is move everything over a bit. Like that. Nice. Those can move over by 1 and cover a lot more. Yes, they can. Okay, and then I'm going to want this on, I guess, LDS or something, right? Actually, I might as well go out of my way to choose a 4-ingredient thing, if I can find one. There. This is one of the UIs that I hate the most. It's why I went out of my way to parameterize this blueprint. Is it actually? That's really funny. Okay. But yeah, the whole thing where you like set a recipe by like, I can't just change the quality of this recipe. I have to go manually in and pick a whole new recipe just for the epic quality. That is really disgusting UI. But okay, let's make a... Let's actually trash that. Let's make a blueprint for that. Parameterized. Oh. I need that in there. Damn it. That one. Cool. Now we make the blueprint. Parameterize it. Up. Parameter. And I think that one also. Formula P0, right? And underscore N? S? S. That worked. Yay, create it. Cool. And now, if I go here and click somewhere and do the thing, I was missing modules. I should put modules in there. Let's go ahead and put these modules in there. I can't with that. I'm the saddest person. Is there anything I can change this to that I can actually... Ugh. Yes, that. Oh, that's horrible. I have to change them all now? I could see myself going back to a series once I felt like I explored my own designs enough. But for now, no. Okay, that's the blueprint. There it is. Oh, wait, yeah, I need to actually put the modules in there. Which modules do I want? I think I do want these. Yes. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's mine. So there. Yeah, there are a lot of weird little angles for things. For particularly the quality upcycling thing, it's an interesting way to think about the game. I always forget if it's S or N, and I don't know why. And apparently this doesn't want to show me. I'm gonna hope it's N. It wasn't. Nice. I did it. I'm the best. Okay. Do I want this here? Nope. Actually, maybe. Am I putting LDS in a box near here? Apparently not. Apparently, yes. I found it. Bam. LDS. Go, go, go. Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to be, but I was still just so disappointed. You know? I don't have any recyclers here. Sim for worms, help me. Help me. Yeah, sure. What are we waiting for? 4,000? Yuck. Well, that's like 8,000. I don't want to do this. Okay. I figured it out. Why do I have tier 1? Jesus. This ship is a mess. There are so many things that I've just been putting off cleaning and organizing. I could see how a Bioflux design from Neelas could be really cool. Although as a general rule, I really hated how he handled... I did that wrong, didn't I? I really hated how he handled most of Gleba. I think it's very much a cop-out to have a mostly bot-based Gleba. I think it kind of defeats the purpose of the planet. I'm not saying I won't eventually do a bot-based version of Gleba. I don't think I will, but maybe. But I hope that I will have at least, like, enjoyed the normal version of Gleba. How would I go about Legendary Bioflex? Because I do need it. It's not like I don't need it. Do I need it? Well, the bacteria would be a cool idea. If I could get that online. Legendary nutrients. I would like some nutrients. It would be a quick way for legendary bioplastic, would it? No, not really. It's almost only good for the bot capture rockets, isn't it? Hmm. I guess I'm proud of him then. He learned the errors of his ways. We're really still this low on Yamako. Oh, I forgot I didn't even plant it. What am I doing on this stupid planet? What's even happening here? They don't make the nests quality, but don't they, aren't they necessary for the other nest? Yeah, if I want to create a captive biter spawner, which is what I would be going for, then, I would need a legendary capture bot rocket, right? Seems that way. Now, maybe I just don't need a legendary one of these. I would believe that. But I want it. I do want it. Do I care that much about that? I don't know if I do. Eventually I'll want this. I will eventually want legendary ones of these, but I don't know if... Because there are no module slots in it, it's kind of not a huge deal to have it. What else would I do with the Bioflux? Mostly just plastic or maybe the science. It's also nice to just have legendary Bioflux to make sure it doesn't spoil. It's one of the things I'm more interested in on Gleba. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could do something with carbon fiber with it? Could I? Not really. I can make legendary spoilage out of legendary Bioflux. And then it'll become legendary carbon. Nothing wrong with that. Does that actually work? I didn't think that worked. The legendary eggs? The biter eggs? Oh, no, you're talking about the pentapod eggs. What would I use those for? Biochambers. I do need legendary biochambers. That's very important. Yeah, you're right. So I do need legendary Bioflux. See, I told you. I tried to tell you. What did I tell you? Legendary fish too. You're right. When you're right, you're right. What am I going to use fish for again? It's literally still just Spidertron, yeah. Yeah, it is. And you get a lot of legendary spoilage from converting a legendary Bioflux into legendary nutrients, right? That might also be worth it. How many nutrients do you get out of that? It's an 8-to-1 ratio. So that's a huge amount of the efficiency modules just by converting your Bioflux if you have legendary Bioflux around. It's not bad at all. What else would spoilage get used for? Legendary overgrowth soil. Yeah, mostly the modules. Sulfur? Explosives. Legendary explosives. Or legendary coal. Actually, you know what? Wait just a second. Biosulfur is Bioflux and spoilage, which is really just all Bioflux, we just said, right? If you have legendary bioflux, you have legendary sulfur. Sulfur then becomes coal if you add a bit of carbon, which is also just spoilage, right? And then coal becomes plastic. That's a legendary plastic pipeline. It might be easier with the bioflux, the bioplastic, but I wouldn't have to deal with legendary Yamako mash. Do I want to deal with legendary? I might just prefer to deal with legendary Yamako mash, let's be real. But it would be fun. And more importantly, it would be funny. I never thought about upcycling overgrowth soil. There are so many things in this game that you can upcycle, man. It's kind of insane just to think about. Would it be that much more effort? Also, would it even be more efficient? Yeah. Yeah, it would. Ah. That is a lot of extra effort, though. You are right. Oh, can I not craft this one on Novice? No, I can't. Yeah, that's a bit sad. You know, I am already shipping eggs to Gleba, though. Right? I mean, I have a lot of overgrowth soil. I could easily make Gleba, like, the king of all planets with this much overgrowth. So, are we finally starting to do things here? It really feels like it. And yet, we don't have anything happening. So when I recycle this, it just becomes more Yamako. What if I recycle the mash? More mash. I hate it. Seeds? Seeds. Is there such a thing as a legendary Yamako seed? There has to be. For crafting the overgrowth and stuff. Yeah, there has to be. Legendary Spidertron. That might be a goal. I think after I'm done building a legendary spaceship, I might do a legendary Spidertron. Nutrients recycle into spoilage. Really? That feels weird. That's a biter spawning. Wow, really? You were correct. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I expected to happen with the seeds. So what you're telling me is I make legendary bioflux, and then I make legendary nutrients out of that, and then I recycle it for legendary spoilage, and I end up getting... That's 20 spoilage per bioflux, right? That's pretty cool. Hmm. Oh, that makes sense, actually, yeah. I always forget that that's a recipe until I run out of gleb nutrients, like, on the entire planet, and I have to jumpstart the planet, and I'm like, how do I do this again? But yeah, that sounds about right. Which has totally never happened to me, by the way. I mean, obviously. How could that happen to me? Never made a mistake in my life. Huh, yeah, you could. You could upcycle spoilage to nutrients. And that recipe's available on Novice, too, isn't it? Yeah. So you can do this whole upcycling bit on Novice if you want. Which would be nice for the legendary fish thing. Yeah, I have a similar jump-starting thing here somewhere. I think in a few places, actually. Let's actually do it like this. Yeah, here. But this is kind of always running. How many of these do I have? I think that's why I stopped disabling that. What an insane planet this is. Well, that's really the only place that I'm jump-starting Gleba from, isn't it? That's funny. Oh, God. So one of the things about this world is I played it a lot when Space Age first released. I played it for probably about a month or two. And then I just completely quit cold turkey when I decided I hated half the things about Space Age. And I only came back to it like a week ago. So I'm half just watching all of the stuff that I built months ago and trying to refamiliarize myself with it and become disgusted with myself again. You know how it is. That's like half of what I'm doing right now is just like, I'm still in the phase of like, I remember doing that. Oh my God, I was so stupid. You know, I still haven't put biochambers in my novice setup. I think on novice I have where would I see biochambers? I really can't look up the building. I actually can't look up a building. It has to be like the recipe inside the building. That's insane. But yeah, I think these are the only biochambers on this planet. I don't even know why I wanted them here. I also don't know why I decided... Oh, I do know why I wanted them here. I didn't realize how viable it was to ship Bioflux. So when I saw the biter egg recipe, I thought I had to ship the fruit because I thought the fruit had a longer spoil time than Bioflux. And then I realized it's actually the opposite, and I felt really stupid. No, I eventually want to put biochambers into my oil setup. I just don't want to do it soon. But I do want to do it. Especially since a lot of my my oil setup is actually coal liquefaction. That would be useful. I keep trying to find a reason I would care about these trees. What's the point of having a way to grow more trees? So I can burn them? Legendary combat shotgun? Like, is that actually what it's there for? Or a legendary power pole? That sounds so insane. Legendary tree seeds? Maybe? Yeah, biter eggs into nutrients is definitely the way to go. I was thinking about that too. One biter egg becoming 20 nutrients means one bioflux becomes 100. That's insane. It's just such an efficient recipe. And it should be. I mean, it's a really difficult thing to do, but... I know they eat pollution, but I'm not here to avoid pollution. Come on. In fact, I wish a biter would, you know? I feel like I'm playing on peaceful mode for the last few days. What even is my pollution cloud? Yeah, it's fine. There are like 2 nests absorbing pollution right now. Come on. Okay, maybe a dozen. Maybe 4 dozen. But they can't do anything. I gotta admit, I really, really love the idea of a legendary fish. Is it just like... Is it just like lobster or something? I mean, it's gotta be. It's not like there's a named fish and they write legendary stories about him. It's just there's a lobster that exists, right? Like, come on. What else could it possibly be? You imported the fish to your base with the oil setup? Are you running your base on fish oil? Is that what's happening here? Yeah. Fish nutrients. Fish nutrients are very good. Omega-3s, right? Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as you were saying it, but I didn't want to say anything. Or even the biter eggs directly, right? I guess biter eggs spoil a bit faster, but still. They are made fresh, right? Yeah. So depending on your interplanetary logistics setup, biter eggs might actually be even better. For example, they would be for me. So, legendary Bioflux does actually create legendary biter eggs? It doesn't seem like it would. The recipe doesn't list Bioflux as an ingredient. It gets listed as a fuel source. Wait a second, why... I'm getting a lot more than one craft per Bioflux. Why is that? You get so much more than 5 eggs per one Bioflux. That's really funny. I didn't know that. Is it even faster? I assumed the speed would only be from having the legendary captive biter spawner. I should go ahead and make... First of all, I should put the one new blueprint wherever it was. I did make a blueprint of it, right? I hope I did. Yeah, there it is. That's supposed to be there. Second of all, I should make on Novice a quality upcycler for the spoilage. Because I'm pretty sure Novice actually has a lot of spoilage. Yeah. Legendary cactus spawner. So that's the thing is the more I think about it, I'm actually struggling to find a reason to do legendary bioflux unless I'm going to do this bacteria thing. Which I might. I mean, it sounds awesome. Which is weird. It seems like legendary bioflux should have a higher energy value here. Right? All the other fuels in the game with a listed energy value have a higher one, don't they? Okay, maybe not spoilage. Okay, maybe not nutrients. Never mind. Don't mind me. I think if I was overproducing eggs, then I would probably... Apparently that's kind of important. I would probably use the extra production to make more of these egg upcyclers. It seems like a bit of a no-brainer. Oh, I keep forgetting. I don't have the things. Simp for worms. Come to Novice. Drop the stuff. Thank you. Mm. Really? Is this, I assume this isn't your first save of Space Age. If you're still early in it. Oh, I remember. One of the things I think I want most is Biolabs, which is going to be from legendary capture bot rockets. Hmm, makes sense. What am I going to need for this? Actually, basically, I already have legendary ones of these if I want them. Okay, yeah. That's one of the reasons I was trying to do the math on the upcycler efficiencies for something like this, is to figure out exactly how much to input and output on a build like this. You know, I gotta say, I'm really happy with these blue circuit builds, though. Obviously, they'll be better with quality 3s, I get it, but they're chugging along. I think I have quality 3s in the Fulgora ones. Yeah, I do. Yep. Not that one, though. Maybe I should. What am I missing for more quality 3s? Nothing, apparently. Wow. It's always the reds, isn't it? Well, good news is reds come from blues, so that's gonna happen when it happens. Honestly, I think it's probably pretty close between the two. Ooh, a biter attack. How quaint. Good thing I polluted. Otherwise, I never would have had that fun little event. Where am I missing? I'm missing an epic recycler here. That's weird. Sympherworms. Go. Drop them. Thank you. You know, my Fulgora, until I started doing quality builds, my Fulgora was also primarily belt-based. It was actually very fun. I started on this island. That was my main island for a while. Hence the silos and stuff. But yeah, I had a very fun time on Fulgora. Also, do you like my train network? I love my train network. Yeah, mine was the same. But I decided to transition to bot-based just because I didn't want to... I didn't want to handle the belt-based logistics for quality upcycling for like a million different things while I was still scaling up quality. Yeah, I like keeping things on one island. I am only just now considering starting to expand to a second island. Wow, it is already 2 a.m. You know, I'm usually not a fan of trains as well, but I understand that if you're going to do like mega base stuff, you probably need to do them. And also on Fulgora, it's kind of just necessary. Like, they really built the game, or sorry, this planet, they built it around trains. Yeah, I mean, these stations are outdated, they're old. I have literally the exact same setup. Actually, how do I make a temporary destination again? Weird. No path? No path? What do you mean, no path? Oh, yeah, you don't have a path. That's actually really funny. Let's go there first. And then there. Really? Nothing? How are you going to tell me there's no path? Oh, because I broke the path. That's really funny. Okay. Go. Path. Didn't use quality on the miners or the scrap. I just really liked the idea of using quality on miners. For a moment, I thought it would be efficient. I don't really think that anymore. But it is how I got my quality setup started. It was probably very inefficient with the modules, though. But it worked. I don't have any Gleba science? I don't have any Gleba science here. Why not? Why not? What? Why don't I have glebicides? Where's my other gleba ship? That one. You almost have glebicides? Weird. I just don't have glebicides. I'm peeved by this. So I don't know if you heard that ringing from a second ago, but that was my alarm to stop playing and remind me to sleep. And I think that might just be a really good idea. I actually have a job interview tomorrow. That's like... It's actually kind of serious. So I think I might be good. Easier to mass produce the ingredients for a thing. Yeah, that's I tried very hard to do it the other way on Novice, and then I realized that it's actually kind of just disgusting to manage several different qualities of varying ingredients with like a real production line. At first I had it in my head that doing it this way would lead to huge quality gains later on, because you have so many more steps in the quality cycle, right? Ringing. Cring, cring, cring. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I like that profile picture, by the way. The deer and the duck. And the teeth. The deer has a good dentist. Probably better than mine. But yeah, solid joke. So, I think next time, tomorrow, I really should say tomorrow, who are we kidding? Tomorrow I am going to... Oh god, I have so many options for what I want to do next. I think what I actually want to do... So what I did last session was I started building a blue circuit build on Volcanus, and I think I want to finish that. I think I want to, like, actually spam this around and make a lot of blue circuits on Volcanus, and then maybe also spam that thing around and just make a lot of bullshit on Volcanus. And also maybe export a lot of the blue circuits to the other planets that need it. I think that might be my next step. The other options would be Gleba, get more carbon fiber online, and probably also more Gleba science. Or Fulgora, get more of the superconductors online and more Fulgora science. Yeah, I like Tesla turrets a lot. I use them in exactly mostly one place on Novice, and he does a great job. He's killed 1,500 things. Putting the laser turrets around him to shame. But yeah, hey, thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe I'll see you around. I mostly stream Factorio if that's the kind of thing you're interested in. Maybe eventually I'll do something else. My train is sad. Show me the sad train. What? Oh, yeah, because I left the thing. Go. This is done, right? No, it's not. I didn't make it wait. That's sad. Okay, whatever. We're done. I'm not doing that. Yeah, 6. Safe. Cool. The Tesla turrets? Yeah. Or are you talking about the superconductors? The superconductors really take a lot of plastic. That's why I have just one more thing before I go. I want to show you. I have this Fulgora Novice Quality Plastics Incorporated ship. So the ship that's transporting science and stuff back from Fulgora also brings plastic to Fulgora from Novice. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again soon. And maybe next time I'll change my ringtone to something a bit more ringing. Okay, fine. I'll save again, you stupid game. Yeah. The turrets. What do the turrets cost? What do the turrets cost? Huh. I guess that's, what, 30 superconductors? No, that's 70 superconductors per Tesla turret. Which is 70 plastic plus however many you put into the blue circuits. Yeah, that is a lot of plastic, you're right. Oh, and the actual gun. Oh, wow, that is a lot of plastic, yeah. You are absolutely right. That is 120 plastic per turret. Maybe that's why I never have plastic on Fulgura. Maybe.